Hi, we all need energy for our day-to-day activities, and for that we have to consume carbohydrates. So that is the topic of our discussion for today, and we'll be dealing with the carbohydrates and glycemic index. This is a really important topic, so let's begin. Carbohydrates are of two types. They are simple and complex. In the simple category, we have monosaccharides and disaccharides. In the complex group, we have oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Some quick examples. In the monosaccharides, we have glucose, galactose and fructose. In the disaccharides, we have sucrose, maltose and lactose. In the complex group, we have dietary fiber or starches as some examples. The final product of carbohydrate digestion is glucose. Glucose enters the blood and we call it blood glucose. We can measure it. So there can be either fluctuation in blood glucose level or it can be at a steady pace, and we want to have a steady pace of blood glucose level. So for that, this knowledge will help us, and the activity of this carbohydrate to raise the blood glucose level is nothing but glycemic index. That means based on carbohydrates, we can divide food into three categories, that is foods with low glycemic index values, that is the foods that do not cause fluctuations in blood glucose, and foods with intermediate glycemic index value, and foods with high glycemic index value which cause great raise in blood glucose immediately. And this measurement is done on a scale from 0 to 100 with the reference point at 100 as glucose. So based on that, foods which have low glycemic index are those which come under the category of less than 55 value, and foods with value in between 55 and 69 is constituted as in the second group called medium glycemic index foods, and in high glycemic index foods we have values greater than 70 to 100. Some examples for that. Oat bran has a glycemic index value of 50, white bread of 70, then apples 37, nuts 22, peanut butter 30, milk around 30, 28 specifically, then bananas raw, that is unripe bananas with 30, and ripe bananas with its double value 60. So these are some examples, and that means can we have a bowl of nuts as breakfast? Is that ideal? No, it isn't, because considering just this glycemic index will not help us. Glycemic index foods are definitely low in raising the blood glucose, but at the same time they can have more fat or more calorific value. So we have to consider that also. And this knowledge is basically to help us to avoid high glycemic index foods. And what are the examples of high glycemic index foods? They are chocolates, pastries, cakes, and all the good items. Then jam, jelly, syrup, all instant foods, they come under that category. And in the medium category, we have mainly vegetables and fruits. Also there's rice and wheat, semolina, all those come under the medium category. So it is better to opt the lower or medium categories, but at the same time we keep in mind their fat as well as calorific value. So that is it about glycemic index, and about dietary fiber we'll be dealing soon. Thank you.